Hello, in this video we are going to focus on understanding division. Now I know you all know how to do long division, whether you use partial quotients or you use the standard algorithm. But now it is very important that when you have a division problem, you are reading it clearly and making sure that you read the question and see what they are asking for. Because even though you do all the work solving the problem, they might not just want the quotient or maybe the remainder or maybe something else or another piece of the problem. So it is very important that we make sure we're reading and understanding all of the division problems given to us. So some of these problems are from your homework from the previous night, and I thought this would be a great opportunity to go over these problems. So here it says a restaurant needs to buy 5 new plates. If each box has 2 plates in it, how many boxes will they need to buy? So notice here we already solved the problem. 5 divided by 2 is 2 remainder 1. So we did the division. We know there's a quotient of 2 with a remainder of 1. But if we go back to the problem, it says if each box has 2 plates in it, how many boxes will they need to buy? So notice my answer, they definitely need 2 boxes, but we have 1 left over. We can't just not include that plate. That plate still needs to go into a box. So 2 is part of the answer, but in this type of problem, we do have to include that remainder. So when you reread that problem again, it's asking you about the plates. So we have 5 plates, but we hope that all those plates go in a box. We know 2 plates can go in each box, so we definitely need 2 boxes, but we need a 3rd box for that remainder of 1. That 1 plate still needs to go into a box. Yes, there will be extra space in the box. It won't be a full box, but that 1 plate still needs a box, which is why in this problem the correct answer is actually 3, not just 2. We need to make sure we include that remainder here. In this problem, it says it takes 4 grams of plastic to make a ruler. If a company had 18 grams of plastic, how many entire rulers could they make? So again, we already solved this. 18 divided by 4 gives us an answer of 4 remainder 2. But notice here my correct answer is actually just 4. We're not including the remainder here. Yes, there's something left over. Yes, there will be 2 grams of plastic left over, but the question's asking us how many entire rulers could they make? So the problem showed us that we can definitely make 4 rulers. And yes, you're still going to have, 2 grams left over, but those 2 grams of plastic is not going to make a full ruler. So to answer this question, it is just 4 as your answer. You can only make 4 full rulers here. In this problem, it says Mike had 49 pieces of candy. If he wants to split the candy into 6 bags with the same amount of candy in each bag, how many more pieces would he need to make sure each bag had the same amount? So in this problem, we did 49 divided by 6. We determined that Mike can have 8 bags with each bag having 6 pieces of candy. But we notice here that there's going to be 1 left over. So 1 piece of candy is not going to fit in any of those bags. So it would be nice to, add another bag here. And Mike clearly wants to do that, but that 1 bag is only going to have 1 piece of candy. But Mike wants that bag to have the same amount of candy as all the other bags. And all the other bags had 6 pieces of candy. So if we know it has 1 left over, we want that leftover to go into a full bag. So how many more pieces of candy can fit in that bag to make a full bag? So if we have 1 piece of candy, we need 5 more pieces, which is going to give me another full bag of 6 pieces of candy. So even though originally Mike only had 49 pieces, Mike is willing to add more candy so that way he can have full bags of candy, and each bag will have 6 bags. So in that remainder, when they're asking how many more pieces would he need to make, well, he already has 1 left over, so he needs 5 more pieces of candy to fill the bag. This problem says Nancy received $13 for her birthday. Later, she found some toys that cost $3 each. How much money would she have left if she bought as many as she could. So notice here, Nancy has $13. She found that some toys that cost $3 each. How much money would she have left over? So this is saying that she would have $1 left over. And my left over is also known as my remainder. So my whole answer is not just for remainder 1, that for remainder 1 has meaning to it. And this problem wants us to find how much money will she have left over. And that's where you only want your remainder, or the remainder of 1, as your answer here. In this problem, it says a food company has 15 kilograms of food to put into boxes. If each box gets exactly 2 kilograms, how many full boxes will they have? So again, we already did 15 divided by 2, which gave us 7 remainder 1. But again, the question here is asking us for full boxes. So 7 is going to be my answer here. We determined when we did division, we found out that 7 was my answer. Yes, there's a remainder, but they're not asking us if there's anything left over. They just want to know how many full boxes there will be. You might need another box so that one left over could fit in it, but regardless, if you use that one, it's not going to be in a full box. So they only want to determine how many full groups you could make. And how many full groups of 2 do we have? Well, we have 7 full groups. This problem says Tiffany wanted to drink exactly 5 bottles of water each day. So she bought 43 bottles when they were on sale. How many more bottles will she need to buy on the last day? So we already did 43 divided by 5, which tells us that she gets an answer of 8 remainder 3. Now again, this is asking us that Tiffany wanted to drink exactly 5 bottles of water each day. So she bought 43 bottles, so 43 divided by 5. Now, how many more bottles will she need to buy on that last day? So that remainder of 3 is saying that she has 3 left over, but they want to figure out how many more bottles will she need? Well, how much more? How much more until she gets to that 5 bottle mark? So therefore, we need 2 more bottles. She has 3, but she still needs 2 more to get to the full 5 bottles, which is why my answer here is 2. Here it says a coat factory had 7 coats. If they wanted to put them into 2 boxes with the same number of coats in each box, how many extra coats would they have left over? Key word here, left over. Also, extra. Those are keywords for remainder. So yes, we did 7 divided by 2, and that's giving me a quotient of 3, but my remainder is 1. So yes, you can go through the work to solve and you get the quotient, but what's left over is all the question is asking us for, which is why my answer here is just my remainder of 1. And this question here says Lana is making bead necklaces. She wants to use 54 beads to make 7 necklaces. If she wants each necklace to have the same number of beads, how many beads will she have left over? So she was able to create 7 necklaces with the same amount of beads, but she did have a few left over. And left over is a very important word for our remainder. So after we solve this problem, we recognize that we got a remainder of 5, which when they're asking how many beads will she have left over, that's why my answer here is just 5. Yes, you did all the work to get 7, remainder 5, but the question only wants to know about the remainder. But in order to get that remainder to answer that question, you do have to go along with the division. So when you are completing these problems, it's so important that you read the problem. If you need to read it once, twice, maybe 3 times to help you better understand what it's asking for, that's completely fine. Look for those keywords, leftover, extra, to help you determine what they are asking for. Underline and identify the question that the problem is asking for, which will really help you determine the correct answer. Now, I know this could have been difficult for some of you, and that's okay. That's why I spent the time during this video to go over this and go over problems from your homework. Many of you who made some mistakes, I encourage you to go back, read through some of those problems again, and hopefully this video helped you develop a better understanding for why the answers were right or wrong, or how you did on there, and develop a better understanding on division. So as always, feel free to refer back to this video at any time. Remember, as always, mistakes are proof that you are learning. This is a good thing. If you made mistakes, no worries at all. Use this opportunity now to review and go back if needed, so you make sure that you understand any of the mistakes you possibly made. As always, you can refer to this video at any time on my YouTube channel.